The music world is full of tales of the rise and the fall, but what about the artists who simply vanished? They were at the height of their fame, and then, without a trace, they disappeared. These are not stories of retirement, they are unsolved mysteries. Join us as we count down the top 5 milk carton musicians. Number 5. Jesse Camp. Jesse Camp was a musician and television personality who gained fame in 1998 after winning MTV's first Wanna Be a VJ contest. He was known for his quirky, flamboyant style and wild energy as a VJ on shows like Total Request Live. Camp released the album Jesse and the 8th Street Kids in 1999 that featured the single See You Around. In July of 2018, Jesse Camp was reported missing by his sister after she had not heard from him for over a week. A missing person report was filed with the Riverside Police Department. Thankfully, Jesse Camp was found alive a few days later in Laguna Beach, California. He was located by a local law enforcement agency and was reported to be safe and not in need of assistance. Since his disappearance, Camp has continued to live a life away from the mainstream media's constant glare, but he occasionally performs music in smaller venues. Number 4. Scott Smith. Donald Scott Smith was a musician famous for being the bassist and co-founding member of the popular Canadian rock band Loverboy. The band had major hits in the 1980s, including Working for the Weekend, Lovin' Every Minute of It, Hot Girls in Love, and Turn Me Loose. On November 30th, 2000, Scott Smith disappeared while sailing his boat off the coast of San Francisco. He was on a trip to Mexico with 2 friends when a large wave reportedly swept him overboard. He was not wearing a life jacket at the time. A search for Smith was immediately launched by the U.S. Coast Guard, which scoured a 133 square mile area. His family also hired a private search company, but no trace of him or his remains was ever found alive or dead. Scott Smith was officially declared presumed dead, or dead in absentia. His death is widely considered a tragic accident at sea. Number 3. Richey Edwards. Richey Edwards was the lyricist and rhythm guitarist for the Welsh rock band Manic Street Preachers. He was famous for his poetic, intellectual, and often political lyrics. Edwards wrote or co-wrote the singles Motorcycle Emptiness, Roses in the Hospital, Faster, Kevin Carter, and Peeled Apples. Richey Edwards went missing on February 1, 1995, at the age of 27. He was scheduled to fly to the United States for a promotional tour. He checked out of his London hotel, but his car was later found abandoned near the Severn Bridge, a known suicide location. Despite numerous sightings reported over the years, including a market in Goa, India, and on the islands of Fuerteventura and Lanzarote, none have been confirmed, and Richey Edwards was never found alive or dead. On November 24, 2008, he was officially declared presumed dead by a court order. After his disappearance, some of his unfinished lyrics were used on the band's 1996 album Everything Must Go. The band's 2009 album, Journal for Plague Lovers, was composed entirely of lyrics that Edwards had left behind. There are conspiracy theories surrounding his disappearance. One theory suggests he staged his own death to escape the pressures of fame. Number 2. Philip Taylor Kramer. Philip Taylor Kramer, a musician, was famous for being the bassist for the rock band Iron Butterfly between 1974 and 1980. Kramer wrote and provided lead vocals for the Iron Butterfly songs High on a Mountaintop, Lightning, and I'm Right, I'm Wrong.
High on a mountaintop, where only a storm brings my lightning, and lightning keeps me warm. Whether I'm right or whether I'm right, I'm right.
In the 1980s, Kramer became a computer engineer and inventor. Kramer went missing on February 12, 1995. Prior to his disappearance, he made a series of phone calls, including a final call to the police, where he stated he was going to take his own life. The case gained national attention and was featured on television shows like Unsolved Mysteries and America's Most Wanted. On May 29, 1999, his minivan and skeletal remains were discovered by photographers in a Malibu canyon. While authorities ruled his death a probable suicide, his family had doubts about this conclusion, citing previous statements from Kramer that if he ever said he would take his own life, they should not believe it. There are several conspiracy theories surrounding Kramer's death. One theory suggests that his disappearance was a result of his work on a project involving faster-than-light speed travel and communications. Another theory claims he was murdered due to his involvement in analyzing videotape related to the O.J. Simpson murder trial. Number 1. Glenn Miller. Glenn Miller was a celebrated American big band conductor, composer, and trombonist, famous for leading the Glenn Miller Orchestra, which was one of the most popular and commercially successful dance bands of the swing era. The orchestra's hits In the Mood, Moonlight Serenade, and Chattanooga Choo Choo remain iconic to this day. In 1942, at the height of his career, Miller put his successful civilian life on hold to serve in the U.S. Army Air Forces during World War II. On December 15, 1944, Miller disappeared while flying from England to Paris, where he was to perform for Allied troops. The single-engine plane, a Noordyne UC-64A Norseman, vanished over the English Channel, and neither the aircraft nor its passengers were ever found. The disappearance sparked numerous rumors and conspiracy theories, including that the plane was a victim of friendly fire or that Miller had died of a heart attack in a brothel in Paris. However, investigations and historical research have consistently concluded that the aircraft most likely crashed into the channel due to a combination of mechanical failure and adverse weather conditions, with the most probable cause being a frozen carburetor that led to engine failure. The search for the plane and its occupants was hindered by the concurrent Battle of the Bulge, which began the next morning. Miller's disappearance wasn't officially noticed for 3 days. Despite initial rumors and later conspiracy theories, a search for the aircraft and its passengers was conducted, but neither the wreckage nor any remains were ever found. The search efforts were hampered by the ongoing war, in accordance with standard military procedure for service members missing in action. The U.S. government officially declared Glenn Miller dead in 1945. That's the end of our countdown of the top 5 Milk Carton musicians. Where did your favorite missing person fall on our list? What missing musicians did we miss? Share your comments in the section below. Please like and subscribe for more exciting features on your favorite artists and entertainers. And you can watch this additional informative video from What's the Story right now.